guys, how are you?
Back again, people, back again. I swear it feels like I never left. Back again with another trial. Today we're going to talk about what took place today in court with the Black Chyna, Kim Kardashian, Khole, and all them case. Then we're going to talk about Kim's first husband, Damon, have to come on and say, I'm not on ecstasy. Stop lying on me. Talk about that. We're going to talk about, is it wrong for the Kardashians to trademark Dream's name without telling Chyna? So we're talking about that. But before we get into all that, I wanted to remind you guys of a couple things. This is a channel where we debate, we speak our opinions. You can't get mad if you don't agree with somebody's opinion or they have their own point of view. It's starting to get kind of bad. You guys are trying to run away my panel, like trying to prevent them from saying what they want to say. I give everyone the right to say what they want to say. And just because someone doesn't agree or you don't see where this person's coming from, we can't attack them, start calling them dumb and stuff like that. Like, come on. This is where we come to have an adult conversation. So it should be able to be taking place without people getting too involved in their feelings. With that being said, I've done that before myself, got too involved in my feelings, trying to prove my point and had to will myself back, saying, okay, it's not that serious. So I do understand that we get real passionate on this panel, but let's try not to start attacking people and really going in on them personally. And, you know, it's getting bad. I get all kinds of hate mail. It's getting crazy, people. It's getting crazy. So let me bring up the crew. Hey, V.
Hey, Sherelle.
Hey, Diva.
Hey, Sherelle.
Cracking up. Whoa, Mr. Perry. Hey, Mr. Perry.
Hey,
ladies. How y'all doing?
That's another thing. I just wanted to mention this and tell me if you guys agree in the chat. If I have an opinion that people don't like, they will drag me for filth. Perry says some of the craziest stuff sometimes. And everyone's like, yeah, tell the truth. There you go, Perry. I don't understand it. Is it my tone?
maybe you just simply missing a point.
Oh.
I'm just saying maybe I was right.
Not today. But V, have you noticed that?
I thought you said Perry was tired today. He done revived.
Perry, yeah, we need you to go. Like, and also too, I wanted to address this really quick because it's over and over. This has been like going on for like a month. People say I always interrupt Perry. Listen, I've been married to Perry 31 years. I value what Perry says, but when I want to push back on Perry, that's what I'm gonna do. You can't stop that. I'm not going to agree with whatever the dingbat says. No, I'm just playing. But that's just our dynamic. I will cut him off in mid-sentence. Do you cut me off, Perry?
No.
I apologize. Now shut up. No, I'm just playing. No.
I know how to behave.
I apologize. Huh?
I know how to behave.
Oh, is Perry really playing the victim right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes.
So a lot went down today in court. I brought the panel up because I want you to give your opinions as we go along because this is really getting complicated. Mm-hmm. And I'm Team Chyna, but I don't see this working out for her. It is what it is. Don't get mad at me. I just don't see it working out. Not saying that I don't want it to work out. I feel like they owe Chyna something, but yeah. I feel like the producers have gotten with the Kardashians and their attorneys, and they have a laid out plan. And you're, in a sense, Chyna's taking on the network. You know, you got the president of E, the ex-president of E, testifying today. Let's get into what were you gonna? Sorry, Mr. Perry, did I interrupt
again?
But let me just say this real quick.
People,
somebody said, Perry, let me say this real quick. Somebody in the audience said Perry blinked twice if you in danger.
No, stop. I'm not gonna listen to what Perry said if I don't agree with it.
Sometimes I feel like that guy that was in trial this morning. What's his name?
What? Which trial?
I
don't say Johnny Depp.
Yeah. No, but should I go back to this whole thing? I sort of agree with what you're saying too. I think she have a reason in her mind, or feel like somebody attacked her while she's suing. But I just think big bank trump little bank every day. And I think, and I think like this: what's these people coming on board only gonna speak whether they lying or not. They gonna do what they got to do to protect that Kardashian brand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the machine, as Tasha K would
The
say.
machine.
Black China's up against the machine. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's start out with some things we found out today. And I'm going to read this verbatim because I don't want anyone twisting my words. So now I'm going to read. So usually I'll just tell you. I'm going to read it off of my notes. It says, the E! Network, which aired both Keeping Up with the Kardashians and Rob and Chyna, paid Chyna $370,000 to film 4 episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashian after season 1 of Rob and Chyna ended. So what they're saying is, after the show ended, they wanted her to come back on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and they were going to pay her. They said this to say, if we wanted her show canceled, if we wanted nothing to do with her again, will we keep paying her for her appearances? That's what they're going to say. That's what they're saying. So let's move on. So Kim and Khloe were on the stand today. Both of them said, okay, so it was really interesting today. So some emails were released in which every Kardashian member, I wouldn't say try to get him fired, urged them to not bring Chyna back. Okay, you're cold busted at this point. You're busted. And they all claim it was because of what took place with the iPhone cord wrapping around the neck. And they had to explain these emails today. Also, it was brought up, it was Kim that urged the sisters to text. This is how it says, to text the network. She said, get on the phone today and text E. She ordered them. So, I mean, she might be a little Chris in the making, huh?
A little crazy.
So they're all mad. They can't deny it. Now they got to try to clean this up because they kept saying, we did not tell E to fire you. And their argument also is, even if we did, we don't have the power to cancel.
Make them do it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is what Kim said on the stand today. I was upset that she's explaining why she told everybody to email the networks, which she claimed they didn't do at first. I was upset that Rob was so emotional and upset. I remember trying to be supportive of my brother. He was so emotional. It's all such a blur. And that's another thing today. When she couldn't answer a question, she simply said she was trained. I don't remember. I can't recall. It's a blur. Those words over and over again. She would go on to say, but it was our show and she's not a family member.
Ooh.
That's
Yeah.
important.
Wow.
Huh? That's what she said. Let's go on. I got so many notes because so much. I thought that was interesting because you're saying we didn't have anything to do with her show being canceled. But if it did get canceled, we don't give a damn. She's not a Kardashian. No way.
Well, I mean, that's their motto, though, Sherelle.
What do you mean?
I mean,
are you smoking again?
No. I was checking on the dog. No, that's their motto, Sherelle. I'm saying, like, to me, that family would do anything. We don't see a lot of people go through those doors, and even that little poor gardener Scott. They'll bring you in for
Harry, not
Lamar
today. You just called Scott the gardener.
Can I name the list? Kanye. They bring you in when you're famous and you got this stuff to give that name more credibility. But when they use your ass up, you gone.
Or are they
and you gone, and then they'll come out and say you on crack.
Or are they, ecstasy. It was ecstasy.
Well,
or
I'm
are
just
they
saying.
being good business women? If men did this, no one would say a thing. Are they being good business women, protecting their legacy, their dynasty, and their money?
That's the funny thing about business. I mean, I guess to a certain degree because their money's still growing. But
look what they do to the men. Look what they do to the men. They go in normal and come out crawling.
Yeah. And not just men, now the woman. And if they really care so much about the little noose being around his neck, And I'm sure it's time he don't had Chyna in handcuffs, but we ain't talking about that.
Let me
We
finish
ain't-
this.
Okay.
Kim would go on to say, I had no desire to be a part of the former couple's toxic and volatile relationship. I will not go back into that work environment. That's what she admitted on the stand. Now, she claims after everyone was upset, she encouraged them to write letters because they fear for Rob's safety. After that, Rob got caught filming again with Chyna, taking the baby to get his ears pierced. This is when Khloe and Kim both refused to film. They both refused to go on to the show anymore. And they said that it was I wouldn't say a protest. It was just to show how fed up they were with what was going on. Even Khloe said, no one listens to us. She says, we can only voice our concerns. And we took breaks from filming that show in the wake of what happened December 16th. We don't have the power like you're insinuating. This is what Kim said to Chyna's attorney, Siani. That's her name. They went over different emails. There was an email Monday where Kylie had even sent a message to the producers. Wow, they all went crazy. So that's everybody. Everybody but Rob wrote a letter. Kim insists that they were not asking for the show to be canceled. They were simply voicing their concerns in writing to the network. So the network was aware of the volatile behavior. We feel strongly about a lot of things. That doesn't mean anyone's going to listen to us. So they're telling us, we're asking them to, they didn't say cancel, but we're complaining. We don't want to be around her. We don't want to work with her on certain days, but we don't have any control over that. And we didn't do anything to get the show canceled, but you did. It's a play on words. It's really interesting. It goes back and forth. Kylie would say in the email that she felt strongly about canceling season 2. Now, she said the word cancel, the only one. That would be Kylie, who really wasn't on the show that much at this point. Khloe insists, I wasn't trying to cancel anything. I was considering not encouraging such a volatile behavior between my brother and Chyna. That's a play on words. You are saying you don't want her to be a part of the show anymore. So they were coached. These women were coached, probably had some kind of meetings. Khloe would go on to say that she felt uncomfortable. She felt that her brother was a batter during this time. She felt a need to reach out to the network under the circumstances, because that's what any good sibling would do. That's what she said. Kim would go on to say in early 2017, oh, okay. Hold on, that she took a break from filming also when she found out that Rob was still communicating with Chyna, which is weird because he has a kid. This is a crazy situation. He has a kid with Chyna. So you expect him not to talk to Chyna anymore? I'm confused. And she said that Chyna's volatile behavior put her brother in a bad position because he ends up crying all day, saying the only reason she showed up was because of filming and not because of him. We all know Rob could be somewhat
a liar,
baby. Okay,
a little whiny,
a liar.
Kim got caught in another text message asking the producers to not give Chyna any false hope and ask if Chyna was getting paid for her appearances. There's no talking your way out of that one, but okay, they never say the word cancel, so I guess you can worm your way out of saying canceled. They're replacing the word canceled with we were concerned. Okay, now, do I personally think that they tried to get the show canceled? I do. Do I think they can get out of this because of this word salad? How you just keep, you know what I mean, rearranging your words, replacing the word cancel with concern. I think they might be able to get out of this. Yeah. And this is, so let's go on to, and this is real important. So the former president of E his name is Adam Tuskowski. He testified today. Okay. He said that he did announce in December 2016 that Rob and Chyna had been renewed for a second season, but production never started. He says it happens this way all the time. You might green light something, but it gets canceled later. So what he's basically saying is, yeah, I gave them a verbal that there would be a second season, but nothing was in writing and it didn't even go into production.
Right.
This is confusing. That's why I said it's whoever has the most money is going to win this case, because you did, but then if nothing goes into production, it's really not considered official. Does this make sense?
It makes sense. It's like somebody, proposing to you, asking for your hand in marriage, and you say I do, and then that person don't show up to the altar.
Sheila says, the super chat from Sheila says, they're lying because the show was announced on air during a commercial break to watch the upcoming second season. And here's the problem you have with this, Sheila, is I think they're lying. Well, they are, but it's all about what Chyna can prove. If we don't have any paperwork that was signed saying that there's going to be a second season, can we really go on a verbal contract? What do you think, V? It's complicated. That's why I wanted y'all up here. It's crazy.
My question was, if you send messages saying that you don't want to work with this person, you don't like this person, this and that and the other about that person, what's your end game? What did you think was going to happen when you and the rest of the family sent those kind of letters to the producer?
Right.
Let me go on, finish. Go ahead, Perry.
Go ahead.
I mean, because they knew, like you said, V, they know putting that leverage, it's like somebody boycotting something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they know, it's Rob and Chyna's show, but the show ain't shit if they don't come in with their fake asses.
Let me go on. Okay. Adam Tuskowski, the ex-president of E, said that the Kardashian Jenner clan, he included both, did nothing to force the network to not move forward with the show's second season. They don't have the authority to actually do that.
But they wrote all the letters and
right. Doesn't this feel like they all got together? So look, the Kardashians are not doing this without the help of the network.
100%.
Right.
They got in the room with their attorneys, the networks, and it seems like Chyna's just fighting this big machine. I hate to sound Tasha K on you, huh?
Yeah, the machine.
The machine. What do I mean by the machine? The people with the most money. That's what I mean.
100%.
Yeah, what you mean by machine is what happened in society on a daily basis.
Say it again, Perry. Sorry.
No, I was saying what you mean by the machine is what happens in life on a daily basis. Like big bank, Trump, little bank every day. I'm telling you, like
that's a song that Perry is quoting that my son played every day for like a year. So some other crazy stuff happened today too. So Chyna filed a motion asking the judge to allow her to redo her testimony. Never heard anything like this before in my life.
No, thumbs down on that one.
Because she said that she was visibly shaken when the Michael Rhodes, the attorney, showed her nude pictures, and that it derailed her testimony. She's saying, she said Chyna's attorney, Siani, I hate saying that name, said that it was a deliberate and unethical psychological attempt on the mom of two. Siani said Chyna was reduced to tears because they brought out these nude photos. But here's the catcher. Well, and I don't know if this makes sense, if this is good too. Chyna's claiming that Rob and her made a verbal agreement that those photos would not be shown in court because of the way that it made her feel. This is what they're saying. And so they went against their word and showed the photos anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Chyna's attorney would say this was a stipulation that the photos would not be included, which was violated intentionally. I'm trying to suggest corrective action so we don't have a future mistrial.
Mm-hmm.
It's complicated. Like, I don't know. Of course, the Kardashian side objected to it, and they're saying they only want this do-over because they don't have any other evidence. They don't have any witnesses.
Right.
Therefore, they think the trial should be thrown out completely versus having her do a do-over. Ooh.
They don't let you do
This
that.
is
in court.
complicated.
Yeah.
They don't
I
let
don't know
you
how I feel about that.
do-overs.
I never heard of, by the way, I've never heard of anybody doing a do-over testimony. Now, if you guys have heard about this in the chat, let me know. A do-over.
It just don't make sense. Like, excuse me, Your Honor, but scratch what I said 2 days ago. Can I have a do-over? It's almost like getting in a fight. When you win and you good, you start getting your ass whooped and you on the ground, then you call for timeout.
What were you going to say,
You just can't do it.
They do have redirects, right? Where they will bring the witness back on the stand because they have more questions or whatever the case may be.
Right,
but she's acting as if only her attorney can question her when she gets back on that stand. She's subjected to their attorney being able to question her again, too. I know, part of your hate mail because they can't stand what I got to say, Sherelle, but I'm going to say it.
You speak your mind, Jiva.
I'm gonna say this. The problem is, I said it the other day. She doesn't have the briefing money, so everything that her and her lawyer do, they speak 5 minutes before right before the court is about to happen. Those Kardashians was in the room and they had the people throwing questions at them like you see on TV so that they will be prepared when they get on that stand for anything that comes their way. Even though there was, I guess, some verbal agreement, you shouldn't have had a verbal agreement. This is court, baby doll. You got to have a written agreement that those pictures are not going to be shown. Your lawyer should have had you somewhere in her office in the chair saying, if they show you these pictures right here, how you going to react? What you going to do? How will you handle this? Don't let it shake you for the 20 minutes after. And if it shook her so bad, again, shame on the lawyer. After she saw it and it shook her, you should have said, Your Honor, I need a break. My client is in distress.
Something like that.
Your lawyer is messing up. And now that your lawyer messed up, both of y'all want to redo. Well, you need a new lawyer because she should have had that together and did all of her homework before y'all walked in that courtroom.
Well, no, I agree with that. I mean, a verbal agreement in my mind, I'm no attorney or nothing like that. In my mind, is worthless. I mean, just in case y'all was wondering with my high intelligence, if I was an attorney, but I'm not, right? But what I'm saying is, though, I mean, a verbal agreement is nothing more than hearsay unless the other person agree to tell you that. If that person lied and said they didn't tell you that, it's nothing.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's true, but the difference between a redirect and a do-over is everything would be stricken from the record.
Wiped away. And that's telling you right there, girl, that is so messy in and of itself. You want the jury, and you think the jury's going to be able to unhear what they heard? Girl, bye. Even if they tell them to strike out what we said, you already heard it. Her lawyer messed up. In terms of those emails, I would say, Sherelle, I never for 1 minute doubted that the Kardashians tried to shut the situation down. And if you take this and think about a normal family, when you no longer good with my brother, you no longer good with me. So I'm going to do whatever I can to get you out of our lives. Don't come over to my house for dinner. Don't come over to Nan and them house when we having Thanksgiving. We're done with you. So what they did was, Kim, because you always have a leader in the family. And my family, we have a group text. So Kim did the group test and said, we're going to shut this thing down. So you write your letter, you write your letter, you write your letter. And we're going to tell the network that we're done with her. But at the end of the day, they are covered because even the person the vice president came up there themselves and said they don't have the power to shut this show down. So yes, E and all of them band together because after this is done, E doesn't want to be sued. You see what I'm saying? So they have a reason to all be in bed together. They're all saving each other right now. And like you said, in the words of Tasha K, right now, Chyna K is up against a machine. and she is not going to win.
Chyna K.
The only reason
Okay, I'm sorry,
that she's
Black Chyna.
Yeah. The only reason that she's catching it so hard though is because it don't seem like her lawyer is up to standard.
She's not. She don't got that type of money.
The Kardashians' lawyers.
She don't have the money to get the Kardashians' lawyers. Like when the Kardashians' lawyers meet up, they meet up in the back room of the White House. Hers meeting up at 7-Eleven.
Wow. But what they're saying, what she's feeling is real. They are trying to blackball her and run the show. And let me read the super chat from Bonji. He said, how can you do over a legal proceeding? I know. I'm shocked her attorney even approved that. Well, they asked for it. I don't think they're going to get approved. Shows that what we've been saying. I doubt she has a lawyer with the same experience cost as the Kardashians. Bonji agrees with you. It's crazy. Also, a couple days ago, that Chyna admitted that most of her hurt came from when Rob put those pictures up. And they're saying that, okay, she also admitted that her reputation was hurt the most by her ex, Robert Kardashian, who is not named in her claims for economic damages. So she's not asking money from Rob, but she's asking for money from Kris, Kim, the Kardashians, Jenners. So they're saying that that's a big flaw in her defense, is that if you said the only person that really hurt your reputation the most was Rob in putting up those pictures, then therefore the other half don't have anything to do with it, but you're not even asking Rob for any money for those pictures. So she does need a do-over. At this point, she needs to include this somehow.
Right. But I don't know what the do-over do. I mean, because I don't think what she did really hurt her.
Which part?
I mean, her testimony.
Her emotion.
I mean, so I don't think doing over really helps, because I don't think it really hurt her. Mm-hmm. What's hurting her is you got to have proof of what the hell you saying they did to you.
Hello.
And you're not gonna get it.
Yeah. When
you know what? The networks need the Kardashians. At this point, they don't need Blac Chyna. Right?
Yeah.
So they gonna be in whichever way that's beneficial to them.
Absolutely. You know what though, Sherelle? She wants a do-over because now she wants to claim emotional distress over those pictures, and the fact that she's seen them and she was able to continue on with her testimony. When they do their closing arguments, you know, her lawyer wants to do her closing argument differently and say, oh, those pictures, that she got so distraught over them. And when she looked at them, girl, your lawyer is a day late and $1 short. It already happened. You cannot get it stricken from the court in the documents. Y'all messed up. You got to find some other recovery moment.
Now, I heard of them doing maybe like an extension where they call you back on the stage again.
Re-examination, like she said,
and ask more questions. But a damn do-over, I ain't heard that in murder trials, so I don't know.
I mean,
also the last sentence on the rebuttal to her do-over, which the Kardashians' lawyer responds, was Mrs. White, because her name's Angela White, unsupported and wildly speculative claims for damage must not be allowed to go to the jury. So they're saying they don't want a do-over. If you feel the need to do a do-over, let's throw the whole case out.
Yeah.
Yep.
We get a do-over too. If you get a do-over, we get a do-over.
Yeah. Now let's go back to the Kardashian curse. Now, allegedly, there's a Kardashian curse. Every time they're with the man, they drag this man down and tear him apart and strip him of his pride and all that. And it seemed that every man was included except Kim's first husband, Damon. Do you guys remember him?
No, I didn't till the day. I was like, who the hell is he?
I felt the same way. I was like, who is he?
I never knew. So is he before Ray J?
Yes.
Or after Ray J?
Before.
Yeah, because I
very
have no
first
idea.
husband.
She made it out alive.
Well, he did, but it seemed like now she's trying to drag him down because on her show, she said that they were under the influence of ecstasy when they got married. And he pulled a diva. He said, don't do that. This is what he had to come what he came out and said.
It's like I said to you earlier, it's irresponsible to make a marriage that you married somebody, regardless if you eloped with them or not, to make it around. I didn't know what ecstasy was. That's her. I don't know. That's she can claim all that. I'm not claiming that. So I think it's irresponsible for her to kind of mention that in a joking way, because the media, when you're one of the biggest stars in the world, they pick that up and they attach that to the black man. Oh, the black man got her to do that. I didn't know what that was. That's a young white kid drug back in 99. Black people didn't know what that was. So let's be clear. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Tell her, brother.
I mean, damn, she went down the history books, didn't she?
He said, you're messing with the wrong one, Kim. Even if you mean it jokingly, because now she's saying it's a joke. I don't know why you would say that. That's not funny. Is I'm not the one. And he's the only man in the clan that has made it out alive without any backlash from the Kardashian / Jenner clan.
I know why she said it, Sherelle. I mean, looking back over her life, she's embarrassed from marrying him. And now this is her way to clean it up by saying, oh, well, that was she asked for a do-over. I needed a do-over for that because, he gave me ecstasy or whatever.
It was no need for her to ever bring his name up. I don't know why she brought his name up in this slanderous way.
She want to clear him from the history books. She want to forget that he was ever a husband.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I'm just saying.
She does. She
wants the history books to clear that legally, because of this drug situation, they was technically never really truly married. She want to exit him out like they did Lamar Odom, Kanye.
Chris. What's his name? Chris.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Chris been done.
Chris Humphries. Y'all need to stop.
He been done so long. I forgot his damn name.
90 days. He was 90 days.
We can't deny that. For some reason, the men in this family. Woo.
Not just the men, the women too. There's only one example for a woman, right? Look at Black Chyna.
Yeah.
And they act like, well, they protect their brother so much. They protect that brand that bring them dollar bills. If they care so much about Fat Rob, they would they would have saved his ass for that damn sock line and gave his ass a job. I'm just saying.
Okay, listening to the testimonies that you did today, has anybody changed their mind? Do we feel that who came out the winner today? Because it was back and forth. It was weird. The Kardashians were definitely playing word games here, but that's what you're supposed to do when you're in court. So you can't knock it saying they had the better attorney. They know what they were saying. That sounds like a lie. They are rewording lies so they don't get held accountable for lies. Because we all agree, yes, y'all got mad at Chyna. Y'all tried to ice her out, and you did exactly what she said you guys are doing. Right. But not technically.
No, I just don't think that she's coming across strong enough with her case, Chyna. I think she could, if she had a good lawyer and they were able to present the case in a different manner, she might be coming out ahead. But right now, it looks like the damn Kardashians might be ahead because only the fact that the lawyer that they have and the way they wording things.
But what about people that are saying the emails speak for itself? What don't you see?
What email?
The emails today that basically Kim is saying we don't want to work with her no more.
Right. No, I get that part, but a person has a right to their opinion. They can say whatever. But where is it in that email that they accepted? Yes, Kim responded back. Okay, I'm hearing what you're saying.
Gotcha.
And I'm gonna go ahead and let her ass go.
Yeah.
We didn't see that part.
Nope.
That the problem is not so much her attorneys at this point, in my mind, is you got to have the proof.
Yep.
And with them, they don't have the same challenges as she has. She's suing them. She got to bring the proof. They can sit there and lie under oath, which they have.
Yeah. Which they have.
Right?
Yeah.
But
it doesn't matter.
Unless she come with some proof, not a damn thing gonna happen.
Right.
And
She
that's why
needs a smoking gun. She needs the signed contract for the second season. She needs
Yeah,
the email. She
yeah,
has nothing. And that's why I
yeah.
kept saying, Sherelle, I wouldn't have fought this fight if I was her. And here's the thing. If at best, if I would have fought it, it would have been against the network. They are the one who produced the show eventually. I would have sued them and said, listen, y'all can't sue my show. And then I would have said, because someone told y'all to, but I would have been suing them, not the
Who in
Kardashians.
their right mind would sue the network besides Nene?
Well, I mean, and she would have been better off, Sherelle, because here's the thing. They're playing, they got her like they're roasting her right now. They
Uh-huh.
trademarked your daughter's name. They're playing head games with her too. But
So
again,
what made them trademark the name Diva?
well,
They
after
trademarked Dream's name. What made them do that?
greed.
Well, when she put up the lawsuit in 2017, in 2019, they filed all the paperwork to trademark Dream Kardashian's name. Listen, Sherelle, they sticking it to her. They're like, listen, you want to sue us? You want to come after our family after all we did for you? Because in their mind, they gave her a come up. But they felt that way about every person that came into their life, even the
Exactly.
other girls. Remember the two black girls that were their friends?
Yeah.
Remember Jordan? She was a part of the makeup
Oh
line. They
Yeah.
let the people in, but
Yeah.
the second, not even the minute, the second they feel you cross them and their family, they chopping you off and they're coming for your throat.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you need to be aware of the family you done got yourself into. But again, she got confused like Nene. She thought because they was giving her some information and they let her in the door, she thought she was one of them. Baby girl, you was never going to be one of them. Okay?
Mm.
So you got food in your mind and your feelings was hurt and bruised. Don't be doing a lawsuit over no bruised feelings. You got to have your evidence. And really, court is for those that have the cash. And people was bringing up how the Kardashians went through all of these lawyers because they have retainer fee money. The minute my lawyer does something I don't like, I'll be like, forget you. I'm going to change you out for somebody else who's going to listen to what I say and do what I want them to do. But
Exactly.
Black China, she don't have that type of money. She don't have all this retainer money in the bank. So no matter what her lawyer does, she got to stick with her because she can't come up with another retainer fee for a new lawyer.
I
Yep.
think for all history of court cases, everyone knows that if you have to go through multiple lawyers, your case is not strong. And I just find that it's very fishy that every time evidence comes out to show that Black China is in the right and she is like has the rights to win this case, it's like some people on this panel always come up with another excuse as to why like she shouldn't win or she doesn't deserve to win. Like the evidence is proving that she was wronged, her contract was violated, and the Kardashians are the reason. And I don't understand why it's black and white to me. I don't get all the other stuff.
Well, we're not saying whether she won or lost. We're saying who has the ability to win. Okay, now she might be right, and I'm for her as far as certain things she that they did against her, but it just don't look like she's went ahead of the game.
Right.
I mean, Naomi, is it a good look to ask for a do-over?
I think that it's smart because when she was on stand and she was giving her testimony after they had brought up the picture, she was visibly shaking. She wasn't concentrating on the answers or probably prepared enough as she would have liked to have been when she was first brought up on stand.
Naomi, have you ever heard of anybody getting a do-over in court?
I think that it happens all the time. They actually do bring the defendants back up on the stand.
The redirect.
A redirect.
Redirect, not a do-over.
Okay, and then Naomi, I got a question for you. Like, I mean, look, I understand Black China's feelings. You know, when people say, well, why did she do it? Maybe if it's your first time, you don't know who to sue, but you know this family is damaging me. That's probably why she didn't sue the network. She went after the family. But when you come up here and say, well, that the panel is saying a certain thing, when you see it in black and white, my question for you, have she presented something in black and white that she had the contract? Because now we're fighting something totally different now.
Yes. Okay, so they said that the production, that season 2 was greenlit, but it wasn't in production. But remember how they had those cameras following her around? It was in production. They tried to say that it wasn't in production, but clearly it was, and they were probably filming and recording, and then they deleted the footage after it was finalized that they didn't want her anymore, or that the upload was finally going to cancel her. They probably deleted the footage and said, "Oh, well, it wasn't in production," but they were filming. And I'm not saying everyone on the panel. I'm just saying it seems like Diva and B, like no matter what happens in the trial, no matter how much Chyna is proven right, it's like they always have something to say about the Kardashians.
We can do that. That's our right.
I know, but
it's like that's your right to say your opinion. It's my right to say my opinion.
I know, but I'm just trying to understand why when it's like all the evidence.
Well, I'm explaining to you why, because it's my opinion.
Okay, well, we're just having a spirited conversation, and she just happened to notice that y'all always be opposite of team.
You know, but let me say this, Sherelle. I think, here's the thing, Naomi. You don't want to hear what we're trying to say.
I'm hearing it all.
I think you're feeling like, oh, I'm just against Black Chyna. I'm talking about the evidence that's presented. All I'm saying is that if she had a signed contract, boom, we're done. This is a moot conversation, right?
But they did have a signed contract. That's why they're in court.
Where is it then? Where is it?
That's the whole reason why they're in court.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
Okay.
No. Okay. Now, see, this is the part that's getting me, right? But we can talk about her testimony and all that. And typically, so you saying the contract is in court. Now, did the contract say how much he was going to get paid for that season?
Yes.
No, but she's not only.
No, it did. It actually did.
Most contracts going to tell you how much you
it
get
said
paid.
how much she was going to get paid per episode.
Of course, they're going to show her. Yeah, they're going to show her.
It did say how much she was going to get paid per episode.
And it was signed by both people. Her and the. I mean, now you got to see the whole contract and make sure they ain't got no cancellation clauses or all this stuff in it. Like, y'all are coming here saying this, right? And y'all could be right. I don't know. But instead of a redo, the hell with her testimony, she needs the documents. But y'all are telling
Adam,
me.
what are your thoughts?
Wait, I'm about to say, what's the y'all? I didn't say anything yet, Perry.
Autumn, what are your thoughts, Autumn? Oh my gosh, she hung up.
You know what? Let me just say this real quick, Sherelle. I didn't really say much, Naomi. Why did she hang up? Come back and defend Chyna. Come back and defend your point.
I'm sorry, Naomi. She hung up. She must have got frustrated. What is your thoughts, Autumn?
Okay, I will say this. I think Black Chyna still has a dog in this fight. I'm all for the underdog. I do believe this is 2022. We can't always think. I think it's a dangerous thing to say that if you don't have money, you shouldn't fight powerful people with money. Because if that's the case, then the Harvey Weinsteins and different people wouldn't have been taken down that we see that over the course of years, people thought they were untouchable. No one's untouchable. The Kardashians are out here running them up. And they literally got on their show and they talked about it with different people. We're going to burn this person down and we got enough money and control. We can do what we want. They've been, known for saying these kind of things and using their power and influence. So if Chyna can actually stick it to them, now I agree, she's going to have to come up with some proof and there's going to have to be more to what she's saying than just her feelings. But also, they're getting up there and they're trying to burn down her character. Well, let's not get in a character assassination here because y'all characters is just as messed up, if not worse than hers. For Kim and Khole to go up there today and say that they were embarrassed and they thought that she was taking down their brand and this, that, and third. Well, Khole, did your ex-husband take down your brand when he was caught in the brothel OD? Like, y'all need to be careful when you're trying to rewrite history and nobody's pages are clean. Now,
you know what? Let me just say this to you real quick. I never said just because the person had money. The Weinstein case is totally different. They had a ton of evidence about what they did. So I'm not saying it's just about money, but I am saying this. When you do have money, you will have the stronger lawyer. And there are other cases out there when just because a person had a better lawyer, the other person, truth and all, still lost the case. So what I'm saying to you is when her lawyer could come up there talking about, can we get a redo? You should have been more prepared so your client would have not had needed a redo in the first place. And I'm saying to you that preparation, it does come down to how many people you have behind you, how many paralegals they have in that law office. So we all could get emotional and feel like, oh, the Kardashians should be taken down because of what they did, XYZ. But we have to isolate it to what happened in this case. I am clearly saying that, do I believe that they sent it and tried to do it? Absolutely. But she has a case to prove. The only reason why her character is coming into play is because the case says defamation of character and about the contract being broken. So she
Well, Diva, I totally agree with what you just said. You're absolutely right when you stated the fact that it's not just about money, but usually sometimes if you have the money, it'll buy you things, be it a forensics accountant and being able to have somebody to run and do debates with or whatever. Now, I will give you this. Yes, they should, if they were able to, it would have been better if she was prepared to see that picture and not got stunned on the trial. However, I think that is genius that the lawyer even asked for that, because like you guys just stated, none of us even knew that was possible. A lot of things don't get asked for and don't get given because your lawyer is not even astute enough to know that that's even possible. So if she's able to get away with that and able to, and I don't think she's going to buck anything that she said prior to. I think she just wants to elaborate on and get some other points out that she didn't get out to begin with. Because like you said, you can't let the jury, you're not going to be able to erase what the jury already heard. If anything, you'll only be able to add to it. Right. So I agree with you there. And yes, that comes with being able to have a more powerful team. But listen, at the end of the day, I'm still a firm believer that what you do in the dark is going to come to light. And if you have the truth on your side, yes, it might take a little longer and it might be a little harder of a fight, but it is possible that finally these wicked witches are going to get exactly what they deserve.
And it might not even be in this case.
Right.
You know
That's
what I'm saying?
true.
It might not even be in this case. But
Right.
they will get what they got coming to them.
Exactly.
Yeah. People are saying the text messages and the emails are proof. Do you think they're strong enough to win this case?
Well, I thought this was like a pre-trial to a trial. So is this the trial itself?
This is trial.
This is the trial.
I think that if they lead to what I guess the proof of it, I do think you can use them. If you're thinking about it, it didn't come out of nowhere. The texts can be used. Will it prove that she's been what she's asking for? I don't know. It's a lot to go into that. I'm hoping that they would see that the Kardashians are using their power and influence in the wrong way.
They are definitely using their power.
It would take a judge to do that.
What about those people to say, stop asking for proof, Perry? The text and the emails are
you know what? No. I'm saying I understand that part. And like I said, I'm no attorney. Maybe they are. But if they are attorney and they can come up here on the panel and tell us why is that email proof? It's just a conversation. I haven't seen anything that said yes.
Fire.
You know what?
Yep.
I heard what you just told me about her, and I will cancel her show for you.
I think here's the thing.
Nothing like that.
But Perry, here's the thing: you have a conversation like that over email. Who's to say they didn't move it into a boardroom? That leads to what could possibly happen. You don't have to fully get the full story. But
you're right, Amy. That's common sense. They probably moved the conversation
but
to
you
a
know what,
boardroom.
Sherelle, the burden of proof is on Chyna. And you already see though that the whole network is banding together. You think they're gonna get on that stand and say, yeah, we went in the boardroom behind the scenes after we got that email and we decided to cancel the show?
Here's the thing. You don't have, it's probable. You can see from just the email they didn't like her. And they were asking to get her off.
I get that part, right?
But here's the thing. You guys saying we need to see the physical proof. But sometimes
you in court now. You in court now. I mean, personally, I don't got to see shit. Nobody on the panel got to see.
Really, Perry?
She's in court. But what you just said, though, Yeah, they could take that email and go to a back board meeting. If Black China went in that in that board meeting with a video recording something, I'm saying, where's the proof? Seriously. I mean, let's
Well,
keep it real.
Perry, I
And
think
let's not sugarcoat it whether you like the Kardashians or not.
Yeah.
When
But
you
I
go
was
to
gonna
court,
say I did
can I
hear.
say one thing? Well,
Yeah, go ahead, Susie.
I'm not a paralegal, but I went to paralegal. I took paralegal classes because I was interested in it. And I took 2 full semesters. So I got as far as civil litigation. And they really teach you that you're not really looking for proof. You're looking for leverage. Black China just needs something that the Kardashians say, let's stop this whole shit and come to a deal.
Exactly. That's what Perry's saying. Yeah.
I don't think that she thinks she can win like with the jury, but I think she think that she can get her lawyers to pull enough out of each one of them on the stand that at some point they will stop and go into negotiation, because even though it's pros and cons of both sides, because I felt everything Greyhead Diva was saying, and also the other 2 young ladies. But I think that we're holding this situation to like a criminal standard of proof. And in civil court, the proof is much lower.
That's
you
true.
don't really have to lead them all the way to the scene as you do when it's criminal. You just have to prove that more than likely not it happened.
And then you feel that those text messages and emails are strong enough.
Thank you. That's what I was saying.
Now, I have a question.
I feel like when you have 12 people that are on both of the sides, like us, it's going to have pretty much to do with which way they already leaning, because Texas can be interpreted without emotion, and sometimes the sentiment and stuff you say is everything. Because sometimes somebody might text you and say not right now, and there's no mean sentiment behind it, but you might call them and say, well, you could have just let me know. You know what I mean? It could get really testy when you get there. So really, I think that as Chyna and her team pull out the stops, they're just looking for that one stop to make the Kardashians say, hold it. This trial is doing us more harm than good, not necessarily a hands down win. I don't know.
All right, girlfriend. I like the way you're talking. Let me ask you this though. How do you think it looks for the lawyer to say, can I get a redo?
Because lawyers play games, right? And so you have to really be questioning if they're really asking for what they asking for, right? Because sometimes when you show defeat, then the other side let their guard down, and then it's like a spike, because in essence, the courtroom is really like tennis.
But the question came up today. But
really, the facts don't matter. It's more of the picture that the lawyers paint,
Right.
I agree with you, but remember, now let's just say it does finalize and it goes to the jurors. Right. You got to understand that you are rolling the dice with jurors, right? Because you don't really know who you got there. So to you, you saying it's a tennis game, right? But to them, they like, well, why would this woman want to redo? Do you see what I'm trying to say? So you got to know how to play the game, but you got to also understand that you're paying to 12 people that you don't know which way they go, but you got to make sure everything you do goes right.
But Diva,
yes, I'm listening.
I mean, I don't think because if you going from a standpoint, because like the truth is, it's no jury in the world that doesn't know who the Kardashians is.
That's
right.
So they already have painted them in one light or other.
True.
So when they get to the boardroom, jurors are human. So we really can't we really can't bet that they're going to even base their decision on what actually was even said at the trial.
That's
Right.
That's
true.
what I'm trying to
I
say.
agree
If
with
we
you.
all can agree that we believe that they got her stuff canceled, but we just don't have the physical proof, and the rules of civil is different from criminal, then she could possibly win. Because
Right. I'm
if
saying,
I was
and
a juror, I'd be like, they owe her.
I mean,
don't
I
know
we,
if
think
$300.
it's
we,
a lot of like proof because it's a civil case and the burden is so low. It's really like a use your common sense type of thing.
Exactly.
But when it gets to 12 people in a room going back and forth, it's just like you don't really know. Never.
But that's what I'm saying. But all of us here, we all can agree they did her dirty, right?
well, no, no,
They
no.
all
Well,
did her
yes,
dirty.
The whole panel,
everybody
the
knows.
whole panel agreed to that, right? The whole panel
Yes,
agreed to that. And
yes.
now, whether we get to have the proof or not, we using our common sense and know from the things they
I mean,
done.
when
That's
you
what
go
she did.
and what did she do with the daughter name?
Dream.
Dream.
Dream,
Yeah,
yeah.
didn't
They-
she
She
copyright it?
trademarked it.
Dream.
Yeah, she trademarked it. I mean, that shows how aggressive and manipulative they are right there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because they had coin your own fucking kid's name.
They did though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that was a play move to set because her, let's be honest, her child is the only grandchild with the last name Kardashian.
Right. Right.
And we agree on that.
Yeah.
Right.
So by her trademarking that name, that cut a very healthy stream of wealth from Black Chyna right there.
I agree. Right. I agree.
So when she comes back and say, y'all stop my show because of the cash flow, and y'all didn't stop there. Y'all trademarked my daughter name, knowing that I'm a business and entrepreneur myself. You know that was the avenue I was going to take. So what real reason did you have to trademark my daughter's name? Because Rob didn't trademark it. If Rob trademarked it, we would have an argument because he could say, well, that's my last name.
Well,
Yeah,
let me
right.
say this to you. I'm gonna be
That's
honest
right.
with you. You know how they're gonna get over with that? One, she could have been did it, but two, the other thing is that her trademarking it doesn't mean she would have got the same deals that they're going to get with Dream Kardashian's name.
But
So
that's
if
the
she was
point.
so
It's
good,
stopping her back.
but if she was so good with trademark, then trademark your name and show that you know how to do a deal with a trademark, and then you have a game to fight in.
But she can argue that she signed deals. She had, even though she had messy deals, she has been in the business. She has done a reality show with Zeus. She has been in music videos. She does have a brand, even though it's not as big as the Kardashians. She can say, listen, I might not be billionaire, millionaire status, but I was going to make a income and a revenue off that name, because
all she really has to do is change her name. I would literally go to court and change my daughter's name tomorrow to whatever I wanted it to be and have everything done in the courts to have it what is that, copywritten or whatever.
Okay, let me interrupt, guys. I got a long line.
How aggressive Kris Kardashian and the clan can be. You know, I'm not saying she's wrong or right. It just shows her character a little bit.
That's
It
true.
might have exposed her hand a little bit.
Yeah,
I think people are getting tired of them abusing their power. That's why everybody's so mad.
Right.
All right, let me bring
this?
out some new callers. Thank you so much, Susie,
Okay,
for
bye.
explaining yourself in a way
Hey,
that
thanks, everybody.
is understandable. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Jarrell,
Yeah.
I just wanted to say this. I think part of what the chat was trying to say is earlier in this court case, they did supply evidence that said that there was a contract for a season 2, how much she was going to get paid per episode, and that it was already greenlit. That's why when that man went up there yesterday and stated that that wasn't true, they said he perjured himself because it was in writing. So some of the facts of what was actually presented in court, the proof that you guys are asking for, it seems as though it had been presented. And that's why some people are thinking the way that they're thinking, that there was a contract. Then Kylie even went on and they have her in text messages saying, I know I haven't filmed much, but if you don't bring her back, I'll even come back and shoot more. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on that they presented before they actually started coming up and testifying that was presented.
There's just a lot of shady stuff going on, period.
Right.
Is what everybody's saying.
Let's keep it
Exactly.
100. They mad that Chyna beat them at their own game. When Kylie took her man while she was Chyna's best friend, okay? Now remember, Kim and Chyna was best friends.
Yeah, they were.
Then
Yeah,
Kylie shows up with her man. Right?
You're messy,
So
Susie.
then Chyna said, oh no, they not gonna get one over on me. So she broke down the house. She went to the weakest link. Rob, you already know Rob got a weakness for free spirits.
Yeah.
And,
All right, Susie and Autumn, let me bring up some more callers. Susie, you cracked me up. Thank you for
Have a good afternoon, everybody.
Bye, guys. That is so funny. She is so right. Hi, Buzz.
Hey, what's up,
Sheila.
guys?
What's up?
Sound off first, Buzz.
Okay, so I like what the last caller just said about how Black China brought down the house. But here again, I agree with her, but yet again, China fumbled the bag because she was sitting up there acting crazy and couldn't even get the ring. I mean, well, she got the ring, but she couldn't even get down the aisle. When her plan should have been was go ahead, have that baby, marry Rob, then trademark that name because she could trademark her name because she'd be Angela Kardashian for real because she would have been married and trademark that baby name, and she really would have got under their skin and she would have became really part of the family. But she had to act crazy, her and Rob. And they just couldn't get it together. That's really what she should have did. That's how, to me, she fumbled the bag. If you
we're talking court today. We're talking court
I was just saying when she said that.
Stay with me, Buzz. Stay with me. We're talking court today. Do you think Chyna is winning this lawsuit?
No. And let me tell you why. She's not winning because a lot of what Greyhead Diva is saying is true. Like, a lot of this, the jury is not going to forget. Even if she does get a redo, the jury still has already heard it. Let's just be for real. And then, honestly, on both ends, they're all wrong. So I'm not really cheering for nobody. To be honest, I'm sick of the Kardashians. But we gotta stop. We gotta stop willy-nilly for Black Chyna too because she is wrong. Let's just admit she's wrong, and she's not going to win this case.
What part is she wrong on, Buzz?
Okay, she is wrong for what what she did to Rob. I'm still on that whole thing about the whole gun thing because my thing is this. My thing is this. And think about this: would everybody be on Would everybody be on Chyna's side if this was Rob who did that to Chyna? Everybody would be like, protect Black women.
Yeah.
But because he's Rob Kardashian, it's like, oh, she was playing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have nothing to do with this case. Well, yes, it does because. Here it goes again. Yes, we have text messages. That is true. Yes, they probably did try to stop the show. But I think what they're saying is that, yes, we did try to do this, but here is why. We wouldn't have tried to stop the show if this wasn't a toxic relationship. We can't have a show based on Rob and Chyna when Rob and Chyna are toxic. So, yes, when they started getting to the point where it got violent, yes, I said I want that. I want her out of our life. And I mean, anybody will react to that. Whether they're culture vultures or not, that's already known, publicized. We know who they are. They don't
tell
get
the
their
facts,
time
girl. Tell the
Okay,
facts.
let me just jump in here and say this real quick because I don't ever get a chance to talk. Everybody just talk over me. But
tell me what you think about what's going on. No, I'm just going. Go ahead, V.
I'm saying we hadn't said that we hadn't said on the panel that we thought that Chyna was wrong for doing what she's doing, but we were talking about how did we think the trial went for today? Mm-hmm. How did we think that if Chyna was ahead or if the Kardashian was ahead? And just because our opinion was she didn't look like she was winning today, especially when she asked for the do-over. That was just the way we felt about today. Now, we don't know how this trial going to come out, right? Nobody does.
Come on,
but we do have an opinion about how this trial is progressing.
Amen.
Sheila, how do
Amen.
you think the trial's progressing?
It's interesting, but
Mm-hmm.
my question is: Does anyone on the panel know why her attorney asked for a redo?
Well, yeah, I explained it. She
Yeah.
said that she made a deal with Rob that they weren't going to show her nude photos. When
No,
they showed her anyway, it kind of
no,
derailed her.
that's not the reason. The reason is, and no one's speaking about this, is because the Kardashians asked that their testimonies be stricken. So her attorney then said, if you're going to have what you said stricken from the record, how about let's get a redo? That's where the redo came up.
Where
Is
did you
because
hear that?
I
Yeah.
heard it during the trial today.
Oh, okay.
That's why. So, but nobody's talking about that because that was overshadowed by the fact that people are looking at the fact that, oh my gosh, she's asking for a redo. The attorney actually know that they must have something, the screws are turning on them that they don't want to come out. And now they want to change their whole testimony. They want stuff removed. And think about it. What is it? Kylie that was dating Tiger, she was 15. So if
Ooh,
he
yeah.
does come on the stand,
Mm-hmm.
all they have to do is say, what year was that and how old were you? He's not coming.
Yeah.
So I agree with Diva that she doesn't have enough money to back up to fight this power. But that does not make her wrong for going after them.
Right.
No, I get that part.
And
But
that's
the
what
sad
Diva
part
said that.
about it is the fact that the reason her attorney asked for the redo, I know she's not going to get it, just like they're not going to have what they said stricken.
Right.
So
But
who do you think is winning so far, Sheila?
who do I think is winning? It's a toss up to me. I think it's the money that's that's talking. I think the fact that Ryan Seacrest was not going to lie for them. The producers have been caught in a lie. Like everyone is saying, was an actual contract. There was actual announcements of a second season.
Right.
So somebody has something somewhere that they don't want to come out
But they
because
have to produce that contract
exactly.
in
Well,
order
apparently
for her.
they do.
Yeah.
They
do.
have it because they talked about it, like they said
But
at the
does
beginning
China
of the
have it,
show.
and is it going to be submitted?
I have no idea. I wish her the best. Whether she wins or not, that's a different story. Money talks. And
Yeah.
you know what
Yeah.
the rest of that saying goes.
Yeah.
All right, Sheila. Thank you for calling in. Thank you, Buzz. I just have an
Thanks, ladies.
unbelievable long line tonight. Let me get in a couple more callers. Thank you,
Good
guys.
night.
All right. Good
Good
night.
night.
Good night, guys.
Bye bye.
Okay. Hey, Lisa, long time no see. How are you?
Fine. I'm fine. Yeah.
All right.
Let me take. I'm gonna say it like this right here. Girl, what are we talking about this case for? We talking about the black horse versus the white horse? Okay, this family
Ooh,
cursed. This family cursed to the bottom. Okay,
ooh.
the mama husband turned into a woman right in front of our eyes. Okay, number one,
Oh,
I blame this all on Chloe and Kim. Okay, number one, you should have told Wild you don't bring a side piece to the dinner. Okay, you bring the main event. Okay, she was a side piece. She should have stayed a side piece.
who
Okay,
was the main piece?
the way y'all treated him on TV, he was trying to get back at y'all. Okay, and some kind it's backfired in his face. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you what he was promoting the second season, and they did have little small trailers coming out up on the second season of Wild in China because I watched the first season too. I thought, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm
So
not
you
really,
calling China a whore?
yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Damn.
And Kardashians too. Come on now.
Oh my God.
Ooh. Girl, them girls that had so many penis up in their butt, we can't not do nothing they can't count for, okay? They don't stop counting after millions, okay? I don't know you go with your tweezers. I don't know. I mean, that's how many penis they don't had, okay?
Oh my
Okay, now look.
God. Keeping up. Sound off. This is. Oh my.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Hello, panel. What I want
Hi.
to say is China has favor Chyna is playing on the emotions of everybody in that courtroom.
Mhm.
Be on the lookout for book deals. They are coming soon.
Ooh.
Chyna will be speaking. She will have a big interview after this.
Yeah,
Chyna
yeah.
is letting them be aggressive because it plays well in court because the
Mhm.
court really gets to see their actions. And
Uh-huh.
Rob and Chloe were very close as Tokyo Tony. They wanted to settle with Chyna. She declined. Get those
Right.
checkbooks out, ladies. That's all we have. Reporting live from in the field. I am Queen Tulsa.
So you think that China's going to end up getting more than what they offered her?
Absolutely. She has a case. And if we all want to rewind, let's rewind to the part where they wanted to settle with her. If she didn't have any type of evidence, why would a settlement even be brought up?
That's true.
We'll
That's
marinate on
true.
Yeah,
that.
'cause like I said, they had been promoting. They had been promoting. They had been promoting the second season. I don't know what. I don't know. I know that because they was in the middle. They was in the middle of filming when they canceled every darn thing. Just canceled the second season coming up. Because like I said, I used to be a big fan of the Kardashians when they first came on. Big fan. But I'm not a
Mhm.
fan no more. I
How
think
big?
all of them is a horse, and they need to go sit down somewhere. I'm tired of looking at them and go make some
Damn.
money or go sell some ass
Right.
or whatever you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
All
'Cause I'm tired
right.
of y'all.
But I
And
say
now,
this about the
and
settlement.
now we find out
That's all
Kim
I
is
have.
on
Thank you,
drugs.
Sherelle.
Kim did
Thank you.
All
drugs.
right, you
Thank you for
take care.
Her
calling
first
in.
husband
Appreciate it.
said it. Her first husband said she did drugs.
Let me
Yeah,
say this about the
well,
settlement,
yeah.
though, right? Now, I mean, people take settlements different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe they could like, well, you know what? I don't really want to fight this because, and people say, why do a settlement? Well, you know, personally, been there, done this. The settlement is to keep you from having to paying more lawyer fees to go forward, right? It might be more
Right.
feasible just to squash it, be done, move on. But like I said, it could be, you know, where there's smoke could be fired. Maybe they can have a chance. But once they go to court, now the game is on. It's not about a settlement. It's about either you gonna have your A game or I'm gonna have my A game, right?
Mhm.
So at this point, she could really lose this thing for nothing. And as far as this contract they keep talking about, I'm sure people will say the contract was done, all this. This ain't the first little TV show that they had out there. And these contracts, you get to read them all the way through. Most of
The
them have
fine
a
print.
out. Most of them have an out clause somewhere
Ooh,
in
that's
there.
true. That's
They
true,
true.
Perry.
They true.
Let's
They
That's
not
said
forget
all
about
true.
the time, Perry,
green
in
light.
show
I mean,
business.
because most contracts don't have green light, red light on the top of it. It's a damn contract, right?
It's the
Let's
fine
keep it
print.
real.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
All
do.
read
right.
it
That's why
all the
they
way through.
tell you. That's why they tell you. That's why they tell them singers when you sign those contracts, you got to have a lawyer to go over the contract
Mm-hmm.
with
I'm
you
trying to tell
to the
you,
bottom
and
to the
then like
top.
this ain't. I mean, you know, what if they had green lighted the show and somebody passed away that they was bringing back? Could that not affect something? I'm saying look, these people have precautions,
Yeah.
things there
Yeah.
that's there, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know about the contract. If that was the case, it would be clean and dry, and really don't really take too much testimony. Just produce the documents.
Yeah.
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 That's all I'm saying,
All
people.
right.
And go
I'm
ahead.
on
I'm
Diva
good.
side. They need to back up off. Y'all know why they on my five and sister side, baby dog. And I don't know why we talking about these folks. And I'm so tired of talking about the Kardashian man. My God,
I
please.
know, but it's
We
it's
need to
it's a
stop
hot
talking
topic.
about Mickey Mouse. Y'all need to stop talking about Mickey Mouse. We need to stand for Mickey Mouse. What they doing to
Mickey
Mickey Mouse.
Listen,
Mouse.
Lisa. So nice seeing you again. Thank you so much for calling.
Love you,
Take
Cheryl.
care,
Love you,
Lisa.
Take
Pearl.
care,
Yeah,
guys.
take
Bye,
care.
Lisa.
Bye.
So listen, this case is
Cracks me up.
complicated. I think that people feel like we don't want China to win. We're not
Mhm.
saying that at all. We're saying that her case is struggling.
Right, I get
And
it.
we see what they're seeing. The
Yeah,
Kardashians are being manipulative and
Mhm.
using their power. It
I
is
agree.
what it is, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean China's
That
gonna
And
win just because
and
she's
I would
right.
say criminal, civil, you still got to have some kind of proof. And I get it. Civil is more relaxed,
Yeah.
but
and
let's
I
keep it real. You got to have
and
some kind of proof now.
I'm saying I don't like them Kardashians at all. I hope
Right.
they don't win. But the truth is the truth, and you got to look
Right.
at it the way you see it. So I'm
I
not
told
gonna sit up here and pretend just because it makes somebody else feel good.
Yeah.
I
Right.
told you from day one that you know what I don't think she'll win, but I want her to win something. You know, just because how
She
Kardashian is
deserves
like.
something out of this
Right.
just because she
Mhm.
went up against them assholes.
Right.
All right, let's wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for your super chats. You don't have to support the channel, and you do. So I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. That was good super chats today. I wanted to thank you. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your call backstage. I do apologize. I'm simply out of time, and trust and believe there'll be another Kardashian day. What's today? Today's just Tuesday. We have been on the court all
Whole
week.
week left.
Yeah, all week.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys don't forget to click that like button on your way out. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Let's say bye on 3, guys. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.